down the way. It's a city in a city. It's not just about neighborhoods. It's a lifestyle. It's culture. Yeah, man, how everybody doing, man? I go by the name of Walter Patton, aka Free Thinker Walt. And I'm here today, man, with the highly influential, the OG, Red from 30th. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How about yourself, brother?
I'm good.
And I appreciate you giving me the recognition to be labeled as an OG or somebody that's a positive influence. Anytime you labeled as an OG, you gotta do something to get good recognition to be an OG, because a lot of people ain't no OG, they some straight up studio clowns. So it's good to get some recognition to ever be labeled as an OG, because I guess you could or must put in some decent work to be able to label OG. So I appreciate that recognition and that compliment. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And I also want to say welcome home, man. I know you've been home a little bit, but just on a personal side, I just want to say it for myself. Welcome home.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, right now I've been home for about like 15 months, and I've been right now trying to be concentrating on seeing what I could be able to be doing to be part of the solution, because sorry to say, there's only two ways you could be part of the solution or you're part of the problem. You in the way, you need to get out the way. There's some people that need to realize you ain't doing nothing but being part of the problem. I'm trying to see how I can be part of the solution, but you got to be observant of everything that's going on to see how can you be part of the solution, because sometimes you'll be more part of the problem. And that's why sometimes right now I've been just trying to be observant and be seeing what's going on. That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, if you don't mind me asking, man, how long you did in prison? Like, how long was you out there for?
I've been down for like about 12 years and 10 months, almost 13 years, and yeah, I was in jail for conspiracy. The feds labeled us conspiracy. Anytime somebody wants you, they gonna do anything in their power to get you. That's what it really was. It wasn't about no conspiracy. It was about somebody that's going to be possibly able to motivate somebody in a better direction. They need to take that part out, so therefore they can allow things to go off course, off balance. And that's what they was really doing, trying to make sure they do more destruction than assistance. Meaning they try to say they trying to get rid of drugs, but the whole thing about it, they trying to get rid of some images that could be assistive to a lot of younger people to help them grow better than what we able to grow.
I remember that too, man. I think I was about 16, 17 when I seen that in the papers, and was just like, damn, man, because these some guys that we all come up in the same community, you know, even though we had our rival neighborhood things, but that was just us growing up, you know, we was kids and getting older. But when I seen them, all them guys went to the feds, it was like a sad day, because ain't no telling who else they was targeting, you know what I'm saying? Once they hit them, I felt like they hit everybody, because we all was in the same community. So that was real crazy, man. Like I said, I salute you, man.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to say the worst thing they did, their main issue was to try to have us go against one another instead of with each other. And that's what keeps us divided. There's too many of us going against one another, want to do harm to one another instead of unifying, trying to become better people as men or grown adults, either or. There's a lot of things that need to be changed. The only thing about it, we got to start trying to unify to put more input in each other, because guess what? You can help me grow just like I can help you grow. It's doing one to others as like you would like done to yourself. Some people don't understand the formalities though. Yeah.
Well, since you've been home, what's one of the biggest changes you've seen from the time you went in to now?
I seen too many of the youths look like they feel as though they want to do some harm to one another instead of trying to be able to help one another. Meaning they really ready to kill each other, try to make a name for themselves over that, over this and that, over a whole bunch of small or nothing, instead of them trying to come up, meaning get more money, or not just that, be able to be more assistant to one another, because guess what? They want to be in this gang stuff. Gang stuff, it wasn't never gang stuff when we was coming up. It was about hoods. And it was always when somebody do something to your hood, because that's like somebody doing something to your family. So therefore, that's when we stepped in. But now they doing something about hoods, like something similar to trying to go back to the California Crips and Bloods mentality. I don't know, that stuff's been played out. Yeah. I don't know what they on, but I mean, sometimes they look at it a different way than I look at it. That's from my observation. But that's what the main thing about it, they trying to make sure Cleveland become the murder capital of the world. What for, I don't know. That ain't nothing that's positive. You want to be labeled the murder or the capital of the world, because that means we trying to do more destruction to us instead of helping us grow.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what do you think about from when you went in to now with the social media? Do you think social media play a big part on the things that's going on inside our communities?
I agree with you. Yes, it is. Social media, it goes because everybody wants to be in the camera, in the spotlight. And one thing about it, it's okay to be in the spotlight as long as it's beneficial. Not as something that's going to hurt you or affect you in a negative way, because some people be in the spotlight just so they could try to target somebody to feel as though he think he this or that and all that. Meaning that's where that jealousy and envy come in. It's too much of that mayhem or the negative thoughts that come in instead of positive thoughts like, yeah, he's doing something good, I want to follow his leader doing something good, but no, they want to, no, I need to do something to him, or he think he's tough, or all that type of stuff. You getting the negative thoughts instead of the positive thoughts. Not only that, we all can be better than one another. It ain't, but we shouldn't be competing with one another. We should be assisting and helping one another. Because we all kings and queens, but we gotta act like it, and we try to be able to provide each other with some growth and development.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Chad, this is where you can kind of tap in now, because we ready to get into the community questions. So my first question to Red is, what do you feel is the biggest problem inside of our hoods today?
Sorry to say, it's a lot of us older males that's not utilizing ourselves for the positive purpose that what we're capable of doing. Meaning we know a lot more than a lot of the youth is. But sorry to say, we let them learn the hard way to try to be like some of the negative images instead of them trying to focus on some of the people that's trying to be something positive. Meaning a lot of things that I went through, I don't want them to go through. So therefore, some of us older men need to have the same mentality where we can try to find out ways to be able to prevent them from ever have to go through what we had to go through. Meaning all the difficulties, challenges, and complications, we should never want them to go through that same mentality or problems and stuff, because guess what? That takes from you instead of add to you.
Absolutely.
And one thing about it, we know ways to help them become better than what we were. But only thing about it, we not trying to add to it. I mean, we just up here talking and man, I ain't trying to be a part of them. They ain't trying to listen. One thing about it, if you can help one, that's one better than none. You ain't gonna never help everybody, but as long as you help one, that's better than none. Because you're not trying to provide yourself, you being part of the problem instead of the solution.
Absolutely. What you feel? What you feel?
What do you feel is the reason for that? Why do you feel the OGs or the older guys like keep letting the next generation come up, keep doing the same thing?
Sorry to say, it's because a lot of the youth right now ain't being too much listened in. Like you said, they doing more trying to listen to the stuff that's on social media, or they letting that social media control too much of their life. Instead of them reading books and trying to understand the history and learn from the adults, they not trying to do that. They thinking about the whole thing that's going on with the phone, the social media and stuff, and that takes from them. Not just that, some of us older ones just get distracted and get the mentality that now I ain't even about to waste my time, and instead of them trying to feel as though that person just ain't listening, I'm gonna try to see if I can reach out to another person or feel I can come out a different way than what I previously did. Because sometimes that's all you gotta do is find ways to try to go about some things in a different way than what you already was going. That don't mean you're just supposed to give up. You gotta finish trying to provide the positive energy that you intended. Because this is about your intention. If you mean good, good gonna come. It ain't gonna happen overnight as long as you can stay persistent and determined to do what you intend on doing. That's all.
Definitely. Yeah, Brother Red, man, he like on point, man. Like far as like the older influence, I believe that plays the big part, like maybe one of the biggest parts of the community and why it's in the state that it's in. And me personally, I also believe that the lack of education, and not even like the CMSD education, the school education, but just like life skills itself. Like, you know, we up against the structure, so it's planned for us to struggle. It's planned for us to kill each other. But the only way that we can break the structure, in my opinion, is the education of life skills, meaning like 501c3s, and that's how you get a non-profit. And you can go off and write grants and create a business. An LLC, that's for profit. Then you also got the you got a lot of different things like resume writing. We need classes like that. We need resource centers. You get what I'm saying? So I think a lot of us can break the structure if we have more resource centers to teach us how to break the structure. So that's my thing. Lack of education, and for sure, what the OG said, the influence of the OGs is not really heavy. And I first seen him when he came home. My first time seeing him was at Brother Nuri Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Moms down on 79th.
Good, positive, influential person. I give him a lot of recognition for following the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and more importantly, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that's when he trying to follow leads. That's when, anytime you get good leadership, you follow them good leadership roles, and you try to become similar to them, if not better. But one thing about it, you always supposed to strive to try to be the best that you could be of who you are. Meaning, like I said, instead of us trying to have competition and competing with one another, you just, meaning some things you gonna do better than me, some things I'm gonna be able to do better than you. That don't mean you're supposed to be trying to always outdo one another. You're always supposed to try to do the best. And like you pointed out, sorry to say, we don't have a lot of resources and a lot of assistance that we really need. And one thing about it, they want to always keep us at the bottom. And sorry to say, when we limit the growth in our mind, we gonna stay on the bottom. And that's what we all gotta do, because a lot of these politicians, they all out for selfish gain. If it ain't about them, it's not about nothing. They always thinking about themselves. They don't really be thinking about the community and what's affecting the community. That's for sometimes how many of us be ready to go up to them and tell them, like, listen, y'all ain't doing nothing for us. Y'all taking from us instead of adding to us. What is y'all contributing? Me and y'all got these positions to serve us, not to serve yourselves.
Not to serve yourself.
And that's what they do. They get them in a position to serve themselves instead of the people. And that's what we supposed to be trying to put our foot on their neck. Because guess what? Y'all doing more taking from us and hurting us instead of helping us grow. We trying to rise. These are some of the same people that y'all used to be before y'all got them positions. So this how y'all want to treat y'all people? No, y'all need to start changing the way of mentality, because guess what though? It don't be too many left of us trying to really gather together to really start putting this pressure on them next to make them start fulfilling their obligations as politicians or whatever it is. Because they ain't got these positions for nothing. We voted them in, we can take them out. If they ain't doing right, get them out of there. Get them out of there, because they doing more problems for us than trying to become a solution.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what you think the biggest problem in the black community is, Chad?
I mean, I can piggyback on what you said. It's definitely education, definitely. It's the OGs playing a real specific role and making real change and doing something positive, but it's definitely the education. More like real estate classes and some type of stock market type of, classes where you can show the kids how to finesse and move different money and investments and stuff like that. Just more resources, like you said, for real, bro. That's really one of the most. That's the biggest problem for real. Education and leadership. Like Red said.
I agree with y'all 100%. I'm gonna tell you, for me personally, the best smartness that you can always develop is street smartness.
Absolutely.
Reason why I say street smartness, any difficulties, any problems, any challenges that you go through, that street smartness will be able to help you overcome them. When you don't have that street smartness, you don't understand what you will be facing and dealing with. So guess what? Some people that be in them schools, they be beneficial in school. They don't be beneficial in the streets. Real life. They're beneficial in school and in the streets, because guess what? You will face all different type of complications and difficulties in the streets. That's something that you're not going to face in the schools. Meaning sometimes if you fail and you from the streets, you fail in school, guess what? You can go back later on and feel like I need to advance on this and that and this and that. But guess what? It's coming from the streets. You feel as though, listen, I was able to do this, I learned from this and all that, but then you've been able to grow in school in an intelligent way. But sometimes it just needs some, like I said, positive role models to let them understand. It ain't over. Never over till the fat lady sing. If you don't hear that fat lady sing, don't never quit. Don't never quit themselves, because guess what? It's gonna be a rough road at times, but then it's gonna be grace later on. You gotta go through difficulties to come to ease. That's what they don't understand.
And again, man, he hit one of the biggest topics that's going on right now. For me, being in the game and seeing organizations fail and needing guys like us from the streets to help them. The streets is a bigger degree than any organization or any degree that you can get. Street knowledge is the biggest degree. So Red hit again on the important topic, man, because without us on the streets, nothing moves. So I want y'all to know that too. These organizations coming in the community with all these different programs and all this different stuff, all they doing is taking pictures and taking videos and going back and reporting and getting money, but they doing it off our blood, sweat, and our tears.
Yes, sir.
So without our street education, nothing moves. So that was another important topic. And we don't want to continue to talk about the problems, which leads me into my next question. What do you think is some of the solutions?
Me, almost the thing I think is a lot of us older brothers need to find some ways to be able to come together. come together for figuring out ways to be able to really get the ball rolling in a positive direction. Like right now, I commend you for what you're doing, trying to get a little knowledge from every hood and every influential person. Because guess what? That person ain't got to be influential to a whole city. If they are influential to 5 people, that's good information from that one person. And therefore, it's to get the ball rolling good so we can be able to become productive towards rising back up. It's too much that needs to be done, but it's not going to happen instantly. And all of us need to start trying to provide some input. There's too many influential players that can be able to provide some input to be able to assist one another and be able to assist us grow and advance. And that's one thing what we need to do. We need to come together. Not instead of beefing about hoods and all that type of stuff, we need to start finding ways to be able to come together. If we can come together, we're going to be able to grow. And then that's going to be more influential people that's going to be able to help us all rise. And most importantly, the youth rise. Because if we do want them to become 10 times better than what we are, but we got to be able to come together to help them become 10 times better than what we are. And that's what it is. It's too many of us that can be able to help them grow, but aren't, because sometimes we mess around and gave up, or we a little bit too selfish, meaning it ain't benefiting you, so you ain't trying to benefit somebody else.
Absolutely.
That's the wrong mentality to have, and that's what we need to start doing. Connecting with one another, meaning anytime I can be able to help you, you let me know I'm trying to be there, because I'm trying to figure out how I can be part of the solution. It may be something that somebody else think is going to work, but guess what? You always got to at least try. Try is what counts. That's all that counts. Meaning you ain't going to instantly obtain everything that you're looking for overnight. You just got to try to provide yourself some input and do some type of assistance. Because like I said, it's too many of us with too much intelligence, capabilities, and qualities to help each other rise. It's too much. It's too many of us.
It's too much. And, my next question to you, man, it's in the same topic, but I told my guys in the car, I said, man, this is a domino effect because you highly influential, you know, to the community in whole. I said, once I get rid on this cameraman and once he get to going, this is going to hopefully bring everybody else in that's supposed to be OGs and want to do the same as what you're doing. So what would be a message that you would tell the OGs, though, the people in the community that got influence? What would be a message to them to get them to get on board with what we're trying to do?
I'll say, first of all, we always need to try to communicate with one another. Just like how you made sure you reach out to me, and I made sure I try to respond to any message that we all got to try to find out how ways to reach out to one another. And then we can be able to come together, because like you said, it's going to take some time and it's not going to help it instantly. Therefore, we always got to try to provide some input. Now, it's a lot of older males that, like you said, very influential and can be able to do some assistance. But guess what? If they had to branch out to you, just so you can help this tree grow, they need to branch out to you. If you mess around trying to get this ball rolling better, that's what we all need to do then. Find a source that's going to help us all come together, man. Meaning, it ain't about, oh, he think he's running something, or he figure he about to get this ball rolling right now. Who is he? No, you letting them negative thoughts overpower the positive thoughts. And therefore, you need to try to find out what I need to do to be able to help this dude get something rolling. Because if we're not doing it just for him, we're doing it for all of us. And guess what? Somebody putting their time to the side to make sure we all benefit one another. That's what it counts. That's all what it counts. It ain't about me. It's a we thing. And that's what we got to focus on.
What's up, fella?
Good with y'all doing? How y'all doing?
I just gotta stand behind you when you talk. Your brother ain't got no back.
Good with you. You good? How you doing, brother?
You going, okay? What's up, bro? I just gotta stand behind you, bro.
What's up with it, man? I support everything Walt doing, man. I've been following it since child support, so.
Come on, get in here. So what we can do is, so right now we talking about what are some of the solutions that we can do to stop all this negativity inside of our communities. So we can just try to get like a brief something from you and you as well. If you want to come in here and we get something brief on what are some of the solutions that we can stop all this negativity in our communities. Yeah.
First of all, we got to come together.
Absolutely.
Quit killing one another.
Take a village.
First of all, you got to quit killing one another.
Yeah.
Blacks killing black. Period.
Gotcha.
Man, this shit heavy though. We gotta know who the fuck we is and where we came from. They erased it all through slavery, but It's documented the first slaves that came over here, they tore the slave plantations up because they knew they was kings and queens and gods and goddesses, and they weren't going for it. That's when Willie Lynch came and put his little thing down. But we forgot it. But niggas like guys like us,
yes,
brothers
yes.
like us.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, brothers like us.
Like you said.
I feel
We
like
know the truth.
from my perspective as a young man, I feel like we need our fathers more involved in our communities, and like we need more job training and all that, and we just need to get some money spreading through it and some people that's involved, because it's like an older guy told me, oh, y'all young dudes, y'all wild, y'all do this and y'all do that. But he did 20 years in jail. His son was grown when he came. He didn't even raise his son.
Yeah.
So for you to sit here and say what he doing wrong, it's irrelevant because you didn't show him the right way.
Yeah.
So if you didn't show him the right way, how can you expect him to know right from wrong? Especially with just a woman trying to raise him. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with the women, you know, but it takes a family, it takes a village. So I feel like the fathers need to be more involved, and everybody just step up and play their part and make it work as a community.
Absolutely, I agree. So last question, man, but certainly not least, man, for the Brother Red. This something that's been going on in the world with the current events. I just wanted to get your opinion, man, and after Red speak, I can get some of y'all opinions briefly. But yeah, so far as the George Floyd incident, how do you feel about that and just police brutality in general? Because we know it's been going on since forever.
Yeah, sorry to say that situation with George Floyd shooting, that's something I've really been had a real problem with, and it's sorry to say that's what it is. Meaning we don't never really oppose that. The reason why I say that we don't oppose that because we act upon it after 20 different incidents like this arising. This is something that we've been supposed to have stepped on a long time ago, and sorry to say, it's too many people that continuously allow it. Meaning they'll do it one week and do it another week and continuously. But guess what? If one person do one thing to another, we ready to go kill him. But guess what? How many of these police we ready to go kill? How many of these police we ready to hold accountable for what they doing? Meaning that's something that they got us, instilled us that fear. That's that slave mentality fear. We scared to do something to these people. But these the one who's killing us, locking us up, and charging us with fake crimes that we never committed. They the ones who keeping us divided and keeping us on a lower level. And sorry to say, it don't never be enough of us that's trying to unite and try to really address the problem. Like, most of them people that was trying to do that riot and looting and stuff, it wasn't us that's really being affected by it. It was other people. And the ones who's really being affected by it should have been the main ones that's trying to go down there and let them know, we gone, we tired of this. Y'all going too far beyond. Because guess what? They gonna continuously do it, continuously do it, continuously do it. Because that's that slave mentality and that KKK all in that police force. They gonna do it and continuously do it. And sorry to say, who's ever a police, good or bad, how many of them is gonna stop and step in when they doing something wrong? How many of them is ready to arrest their partner? None of them. Ain't none of them ready to say something about their boss doing something wrong. And they gonna continuously do this over and over again. They did me, probably you, all y'all like this. But guess what? How many of us was ready to just put their foot down and say, I'm done with it, I'm tired of that. They do it on the streets, in jail, they do it all the way. Meaning COs do this abusive stuff. Everywhere this stuff continuously go on and arise, and it needs to be stopped immediately. And one thing about it, the main reason why it can be stopped or how it can be stopped is us to go back to the same formality we said, coming together. Coming together diffuses a problem. Because it's not just one problem, it's all of our problems. Whether it's affecting y'all right now, it's maybe not, but it's going to eventually affect y'all later on. So guess what? It's going to still be y'all problem. It's just not going to be today, it may be tomorrow. And like the gentleman said, it don't take one person to raise a child, it takes a village to raise a child. So therefore, all of us can be able to start being part of kind of put some input in some of these young people's lives to help them come up and understand more about life.
All right, so the question was, so I'm gonna bring in Smurf in on this one. George Floyd, but just police brutality in general, what's been going on way before.
right, has been going on since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? The white man, they really feel like they got their foot on our neck. You know what I'm saying? So, me, it's hurtful, watching that video, because at the same time, I think when anybody with kids or family look at it and hope nothing like that happens to their family, you know what I'm saying? So, the solution is always sticking together and coming together, man. How the saying go, fight it, but yeah. As long as we keep fighting each other, they know that they can do whatever they want to. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, in the whole situation, they could have attacked the police, and none of it could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? So, how you feel about it?
Well, I agree. We got to come together, because one thing we overlooking is clear obvious. They color blue. They got guns. They ready to shoot out. They could carjack me. They could come up on me, pull their guns out, take my car away, tow it. They could go in my pockets, take everything I want. If I pull out a gun, they ready to war it out with me. Sound like a gang to me. It's clear they're a gang. So I just wanted to say to all y'all, if I ever see any police with their foot on y'all neck like that, I'm cleaning their clock. I'm not letting it ride. And I just hope y'all do the same for me.
Straight up. That's what it is.
Right.
That's what it is.
Pac knew it. Power was in the people. He said it all the time.
All right, so with that being said, man, that was the final question, but I want to open up the floor for Red to have any closing statements or anything on this interview. If you got anything closing.
Right now, I appreciate the brother Walt coming and reach out to me, trying to be able to get some interaction with me, whereas though we could be able to come together, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do to continuously moving this ball forward, so we all can continuously move this ball in a progressive way to figure out what we all can do as a team. Not a me, not a we. I mean, not a me, not an I thing. It's a we thing, and that's what I'm trying to do. Come together as a team, and I appreciate anytime somebody see this. You need to figure out what you can do to be able to come to the team and come to the table to try to be able to help us all out. There ain't nobody that can't benefit us. If one person can do a little thing, that's something major. All things add up, meaning inch by inch, we gonna move forward. And that's the main thing we trying to do. Take a step forward instead of backwards. Whatever we can do, we need to start coming together. And that's what I'm trying to really reach out. To see if how many more people are going to be able to assist us into really moving forward and trying to be able to try to defuse some of these problems that we face every day. This is something that we need to start trying to step a foot on and start getting rid of and start being able to unite and rise back up to the position that we know we're capable of and where we should be. Therefore, if anybody can come reach out and help my gentleman Walt, me, any one of these gentlemen, please reach out. Reach out. We're trying to be able to move this ball forward. And with love, I thank y'all for taking the time to watch this. Be able to show y'all some love. Take a minute to see what type of stuff is going on, what type of input we trying to present. Thanks again, Walt, and I appreciate your time.
I go by the name of Walter Patton, aka Free Thinker Walt, and that's Ghetto Therapy. The message for the day is unify. All of us come together to achieve one goal. All right, man, that was a moment of silence, man, for Michael Pimpton, man, aka Dirt Bike, and everybody else that we lost from every neighborhood, the city of Cleveland, and down the way, as well. So we just want to pay our respects. Down the way, it's a city in a city. It's not just about neighborhoods, it's a lifestyle, it's culture. Real niggas, ain't too many of us left. Reppin' down the way and I've been holding down my set. Real niggas, ain't too many of us left. Reppin' down the way and I've been holding down my set. Real niggas, ain't too many of us left. reppin' down the way, and I've been holding down the set. Real niggas, ain't too many of us left. Reppin' down the way, and I've been holding down the set. I know some real niggas that done paved the way. I got some shooters on the roof, I feel like LAJ. Back day, out of towners was getting stuck. I know some niggas been getting money since Bill's truck. Still up, down the way, that's where my heart is at. HF, I don't got no part of that. I'm not a felon, but down the way where it started at. I know some niggas that murder you for a starter hat. Stay solid, we run the city cause they know we real. Free my niggas from down the way, that's in Mansfield, Lake Erie. Do your bid, nigga, hold your head. Come home, lay low, get bread. Middle finger to the cops and to the feds. If you kill one of my homies, then we taking heads. Down the way, we worldwide, we taking off. Where I'm from, it take levels to be a superstar. Real niggas, ain't too many of us left. Reppin' down the way, and I've been holding down the set. Real niggas, ain't too many of us left. Reppin' down the way, and I've been holding down the set.